everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Jenny, and this is Creating Crafts with Jenny. And I upload on 2 days a week currently, one on Monday and one on Wednesday. Mondays I have dedicated to Dollar Tree Monday. If you could hit that subscribe button, I sure would appreciate it. Give me a thumbs up if you're liking these new videos on Mondays. And also I upload on Wednesdays. Wednesdays I pour paint, but on Mondays I will bring something in from the Dollar Tree, usually using the Dollar Tree paints, their canvases, and that sort of thing. So I have something slightly different down here. I don't know how many of you have tape that looks kind of where you've pulled it and it's kind of like it's uneven, right? Easy to do. Now some people, this might drive them crazy and they're like, no, my tape does not do that. So I had this idea, and I would love to say that I've taken this tape and straightened it out, but that'll probably be for a different day. But I have one of the Dollar Tree vases down here. I've had it for a while. They carry these majority of the time. And what I'm doing is I'm going to pour paint over the vase, which I know you've all seen that probably 100 times. So you're like, oh, that's nothing new. But what I'm doing is I'm going to try to preserve the bottom of it for it to stay clear. And I've also got tape on here that once I pour the paint on it, I'm going to pull the tape off once it starts to dry, but not quite dry, similar to when you're like painting walls and that sort of thing. And then I'll pull the tape off and it'll be clear. And then I think I'm going to go back in after it's all done. They have some really pretty glitter paint, and I think that I will paint with the paintbrush glitter on it. So if it's not absolutely perfect, that's okay. If it has some runs, that's okay too. I mean, it's not. I would love for it to be perfect, but we know how that doesn't happen. Now the paint, I'm going to be mixing with glue, but I'm going to mix it a little bit thicker than what I do on the canvases. And the reason I'm doing that is so it runs down off of the top here. And what I'm going to do is let it pool up here on top, and then I'm going to push the paint using stir stick kind of off so it kind of goes where I want it to. I also left a tail on here so it's easier for me to pull off the tape when I'm done. And probably the very last thing I'll do is this here, and then you can see where it's got some wrinkles, and I'm hoping that the paint kind of like tries to get into those wrinkles, so when it pulls off it's kind of like look kind of edgy and scrappy. Okay, so let me mix up my paint. Like I said, I'm using their glue and their paint. Down here I've got a light green, I have a deep brown, I may or may not use that, it's not one of my favorite colors. I've got yellow oxide, which is pretty, and I have a couple pinks down here. I do have white standing by in my white over here, and I always have white mixed up usually, and I think the last time I did make it with Dollar Tree white, but I just always keep white, and I got black here too, just in case we want to. The black is not Dollar Tree, and here it is Master Touch. So, but dollar for dollar, that's a good buy, and they're usually pretty cheap. So what I did do is I prepped the vase here with the alcohol, so I just kind of cleaned it up a little bit with alcohol. So I'm going to put some gloves on because it's going to be a little bit messy. I do have a canvas, one of their canvases down here, so, and I have a cup up inside the vase, so it'll allow me to move it around a little bit and that sort of thing. So we'll see what we end up down here. This is not beveled or anything like that, so I don't expect it to do a whole lot, but it does have a little bit of a ridge on this cup here, so it'd be interesting to see what it does there and then runs off. So we shall see. So I've got about 4 or 5 colors. Grab. I have their Dixie cups. This is Dollar Tree. This is their cup. So I'm going to easily move that aside. There we go. And mix up some paint here. Well, I might do the brown. I don't know. I'm putting them aside. Not my favorite color. These guys I like. Okay. So we'll mix up plenty of paint. Like I said, and with these you make it just a little bit thicker. And then when I do my glitter, I've got, years ago they came out with glitter paint. So, or it's glitter glue I should say. So that's what I'm going to use for these areas here. And I got all different colors. I'm going to pretty much. So we'll decide what color we want to use with that. And I can always throw some glitter on it too. Just kind of like put some glue on it and throw glitter on it. Oh, let's see. Let's mix the paint. Put that in there. So usually I say I want my paints to be like a warm honey mixture. This will probably be a little bit thicker. Yeah, just a little bit thicker. And the paints are already kind of watered down anyway, but yeah. There we go. Plenty of paint. Glue is thick, so that's good. Nice and thick glue. That's good. And mix it up. And these are from the Dollar Tree too. So you guys can't really see me, can you? Let's move this over here. Okay, now you can see me. You can see what I'm doing. So I'm mixing up the paints. Usually when you mix with glue, oh look at that, isn't that pretty? Look at that. Huh? You want them to sit for a few minutes so, kind of, so the bubbles can rise to the top and pop for you. I like the yellow. It's kind of a goldish color. Okay, I'll just set for just a second. And pull you guys back into camera. Okay, here we go. Alright, let me see. I'm going to actually put a little bit there. Erase that part. Okay. I'll try to get it in the middle. Doesn't really matter. So you can see how the bubbles are coming up. When you stir this, you don't want to be like a mad woman stirring like you're, you know, trying to whisk a cake into action. You just want it to. A little bit thick, and that's okay too. So I'm just going to layer them up on top here. And I'm going to put weight. Where do I go? Where is it? And you can put them in different corners. They don't all have to be like right on top of each other. That's pretty. push some paint before I put some more colors on here. Just push the paint off real slow like. Oh, it's doing some really pretty stuff up here on top. That's funny. There it goes. Okay. Yellow. It's nice and thick. Alright. Push some of the yellow. I'm going to try to push it in different ways that I'm not seeing go down the same areas. There we go. Because of its thickness, so that's pretty. It's running down really slow, which you want it to. You don't want it to go real fast. Some pink. Let's do this pink. Okay. I'm going to grab the stick and I'm just going to slightly push. Let's see where I have that paint. Oh, there it goes. Oh, there it goes. The good thing is, like the bottom here, I don't care because it's all covered with tape anyway, so that's okay. The cool thing is you usually end up with a canvas that's really pretty too. So, I'm going to pick up some of those pretty colors and see if I can redirect them to go back up. I just need a spoon, don't I? Let's try these bigger. So I'm literally scooping up paint, putting it back on top, and then pushing it off again. Reminds me of Christmas. I know, it's like Christmas in July here. Well, it's not July, it's June. The green is so pretty. Let's see if I can stir it up a little bit more. Green and that pink. My goodness. Okay, let's see. Okay, it's got a whole lot back there. I should have put this on my Lazy Susan spinning wheel so I could spin it around, but the chances of it knocking over is really high if you do that. I don't want to knock it over. Some paint to go down there. Just a little bit. I'm looking at the camera now. There goes this weird brown. Just doesn't mess it up. I think it's black. I don't like that brown. Yeah, let's drizzle. Okay, so I'm just gonna kind of drizzle. Alright. Yeah. Skewers out. Let's see if we can. Oh, there's a weird, it's not even covered. Okay. I'm going to stop there. I'm going to let it dry, and I'm okay with some of it not covering. I mean, I'd like for it to, but it might eventually cover. Like I said, once it's completely dry, then I'll take the tape off. So, yeah, or close to being dry, I'll take the tape off. And like I said, this was all covered up here, so should be interesting looking. And like I said, we will do some fun stuff with glitter, and especially on this bottom here, either make up some glitter paint or something like that. I bought some really pretty silver the other day from these guys, so I've got like this, which I think would really be kind of cool, and matching those. I think those colors would go really well with that. Okay, so I'm going to get off here. I'm going to let this concoction dry, and I used most of the paint. Here, I got a little bit. Here, let's do this. Do one more. I was going to use the paint. Other than that brown, I didn't want that. I love these little cups. Every time I go to Dollar Tree, I buy a bunch of them. So I go through them like crazy. Okay. Alright, so, alright, we're going to let this dry, and we'll come back and take a look at it, pull the tape off, and see what we got, and then we'll play around with the glitter paint to fill in areas. So, yep. Alright, so I'll see you in a few minutes, and, yeah, it'll be a little while for me. Probably tomorrow or later. So, okay, I will see you back here in just a few seconds. Bye.